What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So, yes, of course, something tragic had happened to my LA Chargers. So, their top defensive player, I always like talking about, one of my favorite players on the Chargers right now is Derwin James, a free safety. And of course, during practice, he was carted off because he had a meniscus injury. Turns out there might be a tear, there might not be a tear, they don't really know, but it looks like he is going to have surgery. But depending on what type of surgery he has, how much repairing there needs to be done, he could be out for what seems like a month or two, or maybe the whole entire season, which sucks because this was definitely going to be his comeback year, in my opinion. He's looked really well in the practices so far, and I was looking for him to have a big year, make either a comeback player of the year or definitely a top defensive player of the year finalist. And it definitely sucks for the Chargers, and hopefully they can find a replacement. But what goes on to my next story is that I was kind of assumed, since Earl Thomas was out there, who is a Pro Bowl safety, they would be looking to sign him maybe or get him on the team. But according to head coach Anthony Lynn, they're not interested in signing or looking at Earl Thomas, and all the headlines just keep saying that the Chargers are out on Earl Thomas, which it's kind of like, you know, you have a Pro Bowl ready to go guy. But I don't know if, I hope Anthony Lynn is making a correct choice here, that maybe he knows something that went down more with the altercation in Baltimore. That's why Baltimore ended up releasing him a few weeks ago, and some other, I guess, domestic violence stuff that happened like months before, where his wife had like a gun to his head. That player, I mean, I don't know what's been going on, but maybe Anthony Lynn knows a bit more than we do. Hope that's the case. But yeah, I was definitely trying to take Earl Thomas away from the Cowboys, but yeah, it just sucks. Hopefully the Chargers can find a replacement, even though Anthony Lynn says they have a crowded backfield anyways of safeties. But we'll have to wait and see if that is true or not. And then the Lakers did a gentleman sweep, as they call it, winning in 5 games against the Blazers. So they finished them off, I believe it was Saturday. And yeah, it got kind of close there at the end, but you know, LeBron went off for 36, 10, and 10, so he still had a triple-double. And then Anthony Davis had the bigger night points-wise, scoring 43 points, being very efficient with his field goals. So definitely, like how I mentioned, if those two guys score over 30 points, it's definitely going to be hard for any team to beat the Lakers. And case in point right there, definitely glad they were able to get that W, be able to get some rest. I know they're waiting on Houston OKC, and that game 6 is maybe happening today, but it could, I'm kind of hoping it goes to a game 7, just so it could tire them out a little bit more. And I think the first game would probably be like Wednesday, or because of the game 7, it might be like Friday or Sunday. So a lot of rest for the Lakers, the old-time Lakers, so hopefully it'll help them out. And then the Lakers made some news on that Saturday as well, saying that they might be interested in pursuing the Indiana Pacers guard Victor Oladipo. It's pretty insane, just because I remember the last time the Lakers tried to make a deal for Paul George when he was there in Indiana. Indiana was pretty pissed off at them. Yeah, that was the old regime with Magic Johnson doing that, but yeah, I guess it might be different now. But I don't think the Indiana Pacers are going to want a guy just like a Kyle Kuzma and guys to fill out contracts of like a Danny Green, because he makes the most of the role players next year, and then Alex Caruso, a guy like that. Maybe another player or a draft pick that the Lakers have in the future. But yeah, I don't think they would want to make the Lakers better, even though they are in the Western Conference. He might get traded to somewhere else where they get more back for their money, as they say. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Very interesting guy to pair up with both LeBron and Anthony Davis next year, and LeBron's last year of his contract with the Lakers. And then both the USC standouts, top-rated guys going into the draft, J. Tufele and Elijah Vera-Tucker, the defensive tackle and offensive lineman, they both made the Associated Press's All-American team. So I told you how important Associated Press, whatever their rankings and stuff, is important. So they both made that, even though they're not going to be playing this year. So congrats to them. hopefully some first round, second round picks for them coming up in next year's NFL draft. So as of right now, Duke looks like they're the favorite to win the championship in basketball, if there is a basketball season later this year or early next year. It's great. It just sucks whenever Duke is the favorite because they've always kind of underperformed. They do have a lot of the better players on one team. I just hope that all this layoff time and not that much time to practice, but they are practicing as we speak, so we'll see how that goes. And like I just said, hopefully we can get some sort of a college basketball season. It looks like we're gonna get an NFL season somehow, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that can last all the way through winter. And then, yes, the NBA players are trying to make sure that the owners keep their word when it comes to a lot of the social injustice and things they agreed on when the NBA boycotted, or the NBA players boycotted the other day. And even Anthony Davis came out and said basically if they don't keep up to their word and what they said they would agree on and try to do, then the players won't play ever again, which is pretty insane. But it's also insane for those owners not to do whatever they can, because that's how they're billionaires, and close to being billionaires is because of their basketball teams and those basketball players as well. So, well, hopefully they can do what they can and see what they can do. And then Gary Trent Jr., the ex-Duke small forward shooting guard, who was recently with the Portland Trailblazers that just lost to the Lakers, but they said he's kind of being in line to have a big contract. I was kind of thinking like how many years he's been in the league so far. I think it's 3, but because he was a second round pick, I think that's just how they go. Because I think he is a free agent coming up after this season, but it's like a restricted free agent. So if any team wants to sign him, they could give like a 4-year, $40 million contract that they say they want to sign him, but then Portland has like about 72 hours to decide if they want to match that or even go higher to be able to keep him. And that could go on for quite a bit. I don't know if it's going to get that high for him. He is a lot better defender than he was at Duke. All I knew, he just had to work on his defense, because offensively he was going to keep up with any team in the NBA right now. So I'm glad he's gotten that much better, and hopefully it is a good payday for him. I know he's not going to come to the Lakers cheap, so maybe we'll see him in a couple more years, but yeah, good luck to him. And then speaking of those boycotts and meetings that the players and owners had, a lot of news came out saying that a lot of the younger players in the league in those meetings were pretty upset, or kind of like not looking. It wasn't looking good for LeBron James for some reason. He never really got like the full picture or answer as to why. Even when LeBron was asked, he kind of went around the subject, but they kind of made it seem like he was a bit too high and mighty of himself, or that's why he decided that the Lakers shouldn't finish the playoffs, just because he has his money, so he doesn't really worry about that. So it doesn't matter if he plays or not, or some stuff like that. I don't know if it really is true, but just have to wait and see if it really affects the Lakers going forward, even into next season, if he does stay. If young guys want to come and play for the Lakers, because then it might be true that he did kind of be high on himself, which kind of sucks. But I mean, he did get a lot of stuff done. He burdens himself for some reason, even though he should just be playing for the Lakers right now. But I know what he wants to do, but definitely helps that Michael Jordan is helping out with the players and owners as well, going back and forth. And also, to end this video off, I think that's it, but there's some miscellaneous news. Sadly, as of right now, they said by numbers wise, Peru, one of my nationalities, the country over there, Peru, is suffering a lot from this COVID-19, the coronavirus, and the numbers are really high. The deaths are rising up. It's just been rising ever since like April, which kind of sucks for them, because they are pretty much a third world country, and not really much help is going down there or getting to them. So there's a lot of indigenous people out there too, so I'm pretty sure they don't have like correct medicine or anything like that to help them out, but hopefully things could turn for the better for them and not get any worse. But yeah, they definitely call it the hot spot right now as far as COVID-19. And finally, some other finished miscellaneous news is they did an interview with Tom DeLonge, him saying that this is like his most diverse Angels and Airwaves record that he's ever done. That's why he's looking forward to this one being released and thinks it's his best of his career. He always says that, so I don't really trust him anymore, but he's talking like mixing of stuff like U2, Depeche Mode, Fleetwood Mac, and all these other, like most likely The Cure as well, one of his favorite bands. A lot of good mixture of iconic bands to go there. Hopefully the record makes sense and sounds good, so definitely looking forward to that whenever that is, but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day.